there, this is Jennifer Vanderbeek, 2017 Imagine Artist in Residence, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I created a single layer card that I'm actually happy with. This has been a challenge for me for quite some time. When I finished this card and I realized what was going on, it's kind of one of those duh moments, because in order to make a card that doesn't have a lot of moving pieces to it, literally or figuratively, it depends on some basic design principles. But just because you're going back to basics doesn't mean it has to be boring. So the first thing that works so well with this card is repetition. Our eyes like it when we can follow the same shapes around. So I've got this Chrysanthemum set that has an outline and a fill, and I'm combining those kind of across the page diagonally and kind of switching things up a little bit, but it's the same shape, so it makes the eyes happy. The other thing I'm doing is I am sticking to a somewhat limited color palette. The rule of threes is that you use a dark, a medium, and a light shade. It kind of equates with the background, midground, foreground, but I'm not worrying too much about where the colors are in relation to each other. But again, if I were to just stamp each of those colors individually, it might look a little flat and uninteresting. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm mixing it up. I'm doing some straight, I'm blending others directly on the stamp, either using multiple ink pads or markers, and for some I'm spritzing with a little bit of ink potion number 9 to kind of give it that fluid watercolor look when it stamps. This keeps things interesting. I'm also not sticking 100% to just those 3 colors or 3 values. As you can see, I've added a little bit of contrast in there. That's another way to kind of take the design rule and make it a little bit more interesting. The third thing at play here that makes this card work, I think, is that I've left a good amount of negative space. The eye is traveling down the cascade of chrysanthemums, but you still got enough balance. You've got the upper right corner that is mostly white. I mean, yes, I sprinkled some fireworks in there, but it's there. It's open. So it gives your eyes someplace to rest. It's not too busy. That's why we tend to add borders around things. We have to give that differentiation between the background and the busy. And then also, because I put down a strip of removable tape before I started stamping, I've also left a void down in the lower third for my sentiment to go. A couple other things I did to kind of jazz up this card a little bit to keep it from looking too static was I repeated the shape, but in a different medium. I had a stencil that came with the stamps that was also the chrysanthemum shape, but much larger, and I used the clear creative medium through it to add some subtle texture. And then I'm adding some pen detailing and a little bit of edging with the markers to dress up the sentiment a little bit. Even if you're copying somebody, just because it's your hands doing it, it's going to be different. It's going to be you. So I think that's why this card works for me and why I'm so happy with it in the end result. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed watching this process video and hearing me blather on about design principles. If you are looking for more tips and ideas, please point your browser to imaginecrafts.com and have a wonderful creative day. Bye-bye.